If you are a healthcare provider that works with people living with HIV, you really need to watch this video.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
So what's going on? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Period. Let me just say that I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. So let me go ahead and be full transparent. I will be talking about STIs, living with HIV, getting tested, all the other stuff. If there's a trigger for you, if that's too much, go ahead, click off on this video. But for my healthcare providers, if 50 healthcare providers watch this video and feel some type of way and they change, and if 20 of them change their stuff, I know the work is done. Because this experience I've had is just making me not want to go get tested, treated, anything. It's just so annoying. So recently, I have been having really, really bad allergies and sinuses and all the other stuff. And I wanted to go to the doctor. So my primary care physician, they treat, HIV and all the other stuff. So anytime I go for any other thing that might not be related to HIV, it makes sense to go to them, like go to them for everything. So I go and I do a walk-in and I get there. So I get treated at the VA. The VA takes care of me, which helps me save a lot of money because living with HIV and getting treatment and getting tested, all that stuff, it can be expensive. As a girl who, had to pay out of pocket in the beginning, it was a mess. So the VA has been taking care of me with that. But I went to the VA and I sat at the doctor and I was waiting on them, to see me. And I saw the nurse. So the nurse is asking me these questions and she's just like, hey, what's going on? I said, hey, I've been having a sore throat for about a week and my allergies have been really, really bothering. I've been doing some research and I know it sounds like it's post-nasal drip. Like I have really bad allergies. All of my friends know whenever the seasons change, I start like sneezing and all the other stuff. Like, girl, we about to enter fall. She's coming around the corner. I feel it. And also I think it was like a high mold count the other day. So my allergies have been just like acting up. And I was around some folks who were smoking, smoking or whatever. So that might have been the thing. That might have been it. Because like anytime I folks around people who smoke cigarettes, like a day or so later, I'll feel congested for a couple of days and whatever. It does that. That's just how my allergies work. So I was like, okay, girl. I felt it. So I was like, I think this is what it is. I've been testing myself for COVID. Didn't have COVID. I didn't have a fever. I wasn't feeling anything other than congestion and, the sinus drainage. So I went there and, the nurse is asking a question. She's just like, da-da-da-da-da. I'm telling her the things. And then she says, well, have you been having unprotected sex? And I'm thinking to myself, like, what the she means unprotected sex? I'm like, I get so shook by the language because it's so outdated. It's so outdated. What the is unprotected sex? Let me tell you something. Let me zoom the camera right on in. This is probably not gonna be zooming in. If I'm sucking dick, 9 times out of 10, there's no condom on it. If I'm eating ass, 9 times out of 10, there's no dental dam on it. If I'm getting my sucked, it ain't gonna have no condom on it. If I'm topping, there ain't gonna probably be no condom. If I'm bottoming, which rarely ever happens, if it does happen, probably not gonna use a condom, and I'm okay with that. I am HIV positive and I am entitled to condomless sex. Point blank, period. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Now, all of my partners who I am engaging with sex with, they do know that I'm HIV positive. And there's risk. We talk about risk, we talk about all these other things, and that is risk assessment for us. That's like us making, hey girl, this is a person, he's HIV positive, he's undetectable, he gets tested regularly. Like, I'm gonna have sex with him, point blank, period. Like, literally, like, that's what is going on. Like, that's the tea. And what gets me is, when I'm talking to these, like, what's funny about the VA is, the doctors are younger, because the doctors are probably straight out of med school, trying to get their, trying to get they I don't know what it is, I don't know, but I guess they residency or whatever the hell, and the nurses be older. And I went before, and I went like last year and I got tested, and I was talking to the nurse. I never forget, she's very sweet, she's very cool, but she's been working there for a minute. And she was just like, yeah, if you undetectable, you should be still using condoms. I'm like, girl, I'm not using no damn condoms. I'm undetectable. What the hell am I using condoms for? And she's like, well, I've been taught that you're supposed to say, girl, Like, this is me. I'm being authentic. I'm not using condoms. I'm like, you want me to lie to you? Do you want me to lie to you? Say, yeah, girl, I'm using condoms every time. Do you want me to give you the Captain Planet stance? Yes, I use condoms each and every time I engage in sex because I know that I am a ticking time bomb, and I know as me being black and gay that I should be out here doing anything considering I have HIV. Does that make you feel good? And I know it makes y'all feel good because y'all think we are a burden. Y'all think treating us is a burden. Like y'all get so, like y'all don't want to say it, but like the way this nurse talked to me, I wanted to cuss her ass out so bad. I wanted to drag I swear to God, I wanted to. I was like, you know what? I'm here to get treated. I'm here to get treated. I'm here to get treated, and it doesn't matter. Like, I don't want it to be no drama. I don't want it, like, and she was just like, like, it's just, you have unprotected sex, you might be. I said, girl, if it's an STI, it's an STI. If it's not an STI, it's not an STI. Same shit. I'm not, you want to go back and forth? I'm not changing it. Like, I came here to get treated for allergies. But me being HIV positive, you're already assuming that I'm out here, quote unquote, being reckless, whatever the hell that means. Because what does reckless mean? What does reckless mean? As long as I'm coming in here to get tested, what difference does it make if I come here each and every time and I'm testing positive for syphilis, I'm testing positive for gonorrhea, chlamydia, all the other stuff? Treat me like you treat me, baby. That's what you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't matter. Ain't nobody asking y'all ass for no damn speech well, you know these antibiotics going to become resistant and all the other shit. Girl, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me about no antibiotics being resistant when the healthcare system in the United States is fucking trash. It's for profit. You don't know what my experiences are. You don't know how, like, you don't know if I'm performing sex work to survive. You don't know if I'm out here in an abusive relationship with someone who is cheating on me and I don't have housing, so I have to stay with them. So I have to have sex with them to survive, and I might be catching stuff. Y'all are not interested in fixing the problem, so stop trying to interject your Christian values to make you feel good. Stop trying to interject your moral values of, you shouldn't be having sex, you have AIDS, you have HIV. Stop it. Because that's what y'all be doing. That's what y'all be doing. And as long as I've been coming to the VA, and I've had, I've been coming to the VA, I have been in the times I've been in the VA, I have been in a monogamous relationship for majority of the time, and I've had one sex partner. So, like, all the time that I was, like, not having any issues, not any illness stuff, and I had this one situation where I tested positive for gonorrhea. Let's just put that out there. One time I tested positive for gonorrhea, and now they're just holding this on me and just like, oh my gosh, you had gonorrhea. Like, oh my goodness. So you like every time, my gosh, like, da-da-da-da. It's like this, like, girl, what, like, now it doesn't matter how long ago it was. It's just like, well, we had to treat you for it. And I'm just like, the purpose of me getting tested is for you to find gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, all of that, so you can treat me. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not getting tested so it can show negative. I'm getting tested so you can tell me where I go from here. I'm not coming here getting tested so you can just tell me I'm negative and go home. You're testing me so we can get an answer. That's the reason for the test. So we can get an answer and we know where you're at. That's why. And I have to keep reiterating that to people, that you go get tested for STIs, you go get tested for things so you can get an answer. It's not so it can be negative, so you can get an answer. And I wish a lot of us thought like that. I wish that HIV and AIDS stigma and STI stigma wasn't so bad, because if we were just going to get tested, people will be going to get tested more. So this is a person who is 35 years old, who has a very strong politic when it comes to sexual health, an HIV advocate, all these things, and I'm nervous to tell the doctor that I don't want to answer the question. I don't feel comfortable with you asking me, have I had unprotected sex? Because when you're saying that, it's already judgmental. And I'm saying, hey girl, no, yeah, I've been having unprotected sex. And it's like, well, you shouldn't be doing that, and you should be minding your fucking business. And that's what these people do. So I'm talking to her. I answer the questions. Talk to my doctor. My doctor, we having a good conversation. She's good. I'm telling her what the tea is. I'm saying, hey girl, it's giving oral only. Like, I don't really have penetrational sex. Not fave. Not she. Like, I like me some appetizers. That's the full meal for me. Every once in a while, I might, get some cake or something. But my main part, like, I love oral. Like, that's just what it is. A lot of folks know me. I love oral. Like, girl, it's just being authentic here. So I'm telling her what it is so she can know how to treat me. Because if I'm having receptive sex, which means I'm like a bottom or something, she might need to check for other things. If I'm topping, she needs to check for other things. If I'm like inserting my, penis into like, she got to check for this stuff. If I'm oral, she might want to check for other things. Like, I'm telling her that so she can get a good, of where to go. Because if I lie to her and I tell her I'm not doing these things, I'm not, and then she's not going to want to test my ass. She's not going to want to swab my booty cheeks and figure, like, hey girl, you got this and that. Like, this is something that's been coming up. You need to get treated for that. Like, I need to be honest. We need to feel that we can be honest with our primary care physicians. We need to be feeling like we can be honest to the people who are treating us for HIV and AIDS. Like, we need to feel comfortable with that. And she made me feel comfortable. And she texted me. She was touching all of my neck. Girl, I've been in the gym. So I'm wearing these compression shorts. And the compression shorts, I've lost some weight. So the compression shorts been cutting my thigh a little bit. And I was like, hey, I do have a little cut on my thigh or something. You can check that out. She was like, let me check it. She said, yes, just put some, Vaseline, whatever, They look like it's just chafing and stuff. But hey, I'm like, hey, girl, it could be monkeypox. It could be something. Let's check it out. It could be a wart. It can be something. It can be herpes. It can be all of these things. Let's check it. Let's check it. Put the magnifying glass. Girl, the way I was moving my everywhere, because I wanted her to check my stuff. I wanted her to check me, not so she can tell me I'm negative, not so she can tell me I'm positive, so she can tell me where to go next. Period. So she says, I really think it's allergies. Your lymph nodes are not swollen. I don't see any thrush on your tonsils and all that other stuff. Girl, any little sign of things, she be just acting a fool. Like, I've been dealing with tonsil issues since I was like a child. I hate it so much. I hate my tonsils so much. I want to remove so bad because they be overreacting. So she's done doing the thing. She said, hey, it seemed like it's sinus stuff, but you know what? I'm gonna give you a shot. I'm gonna give you some just in case. Just in case, we just gonna give you a shot just to see what it is. Nothing bad. It's like, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? I'm thinking I might have had a sinus infection or something. I'm thinking that I might be recovering from a sinus infection or whatever. But she was like, I'm like, it's not gonna really hurt me. So she said, let me give you a shot. So I get back to talking to the nurse, and the nurse is like, she said, we gotta do something because, these antibiotics are not gonna be here. Why are you talking to me? Give me these shots so I can get the hell out of here. Then I go and wait in line to go get my lab stuff. It takes, I'm in there for hours. I think I got to the doctor's office at 11. I didn't leave until damn at 3 o'clock. The VA is ridiculous. When they tell you they care about veterans, they a damn lie. It took me, who has enough time? So you have somebody like me who is who can take off of work, has a non-traditional job, can work for themselves, who can. Think about the folks who are not able to do these things, who don't have the time to be sitting at a doctor, who don't feel comfortable talking about their sexual partners to their doctor or nurse, don't feel comfortable telling how they have sex and all this other stuff. That's why I get on this camera and I say that. This is why I get on this camera and be authentic, because there are some folks who cannot do it, who cannot go in the doctor's office. There are some folks who can't, it's so bad that folks don't even want to go to a doctor that treats HIV patients because they don't want the stigma associated with that. That's how bad the stigma is. I hear that all the time. I don't go to, I go to a regular doctor versus going to an HIV doctor because I just don't want to be, whatever. I don't want people looking at me, all the other stuff. Girl, I'm taking care of myself. That's what matters. So I do this for the people who can't, who are not comfortable sharing their experiences and stuff. I want folks to feel comfortable that they can go in and get tested and figure out what's going on. Hey girl, I need to get tested. This is why I work so hard. It's not for these little honorariums, these little checks I get every once in a while for doing stuff. It's because I really care, because I wish somebody cared enough to help me out in the beginning. I wish I had someone who to watch a video and say that it's okay to go get tested. It's okay if you had an STI. It's okay if you had this and that. Like, as long as you get tested and treated, that's all that matters. And that's what we should be getting at. It's not about testing negative. It's not about testing positive. It's about getting into care to find out where you're going. If you are positive and you test positive, now hey girl, these are your options. We got these pills available that you can take every day, whatever. Then we also have this where you can get a shot every, couple of months or whatever. And this is what you like. We can keep your T cells and everything straight, so you can be as healthy as you can be with your. We doing all this stuff so you can maintain a healthy sexual lifestyle, point blank period. If you are HIV negative, let's keep you HIV negative. Like, let's make sure that you're getting tested often, and let's make sure that, hey girl, these are your other stuff. Like, this is PrEP. This is PrEP. Like, hey girl, like if you're sexually active and you say, hey girl, I want an extra layer of caution to protect myself, let's use PrEP, because there are some times where I might not use condoms, girl, and I got PrEP as a barrier. Yes, PrEP doesn't stop you from getting gonorrhea, chlamydia, and all the other stuff, but it's an extra layer of protection. We need to be meeting folks where they are at. And meeting folks where they are at means that we need to recognize that people don't like using condoms. Gay people don't like using condoms, and that's okay, because nobody likes using condoms. Nobody does. Nobody. I can't tell you how many videos I've seen where people are not using condoms. Like heterosexual sex. That's the first thing I was seeing, was them having sex without condoms. And then y'all be pushing it on gay folks like we are. That's why you see so much stigma around the monkeypox. Like, that's why you see so much stigma around it, because it's like, gay people are nasty. Gay people are nasty. They just have so many sexual partners. They are cutting up. They are doing whatever. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I'm just tired. So, girl, like, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm coming to get tested. That's important. I'm coming here to get tested to make sure that I'm good. Not that I'm negative and positive, that I'm good. Like, hey girl, if I am positive, treat me. Treat me like you treat me. Come on, Chloe Bailey, period. Treat me like you treat me. Treat me, baby. Like, that's what I need. That's all I'm interested in. But I'm tired of nurses and doctors talking to me about unprotected sex when the term you should be using is condomless sex. Because there is no such thing as safe sex. Safe sex doesn't exist. It's always going to be a risk. Anytime you engage in sex, anytime you even plan on engaging in sex, there's a chance you can be drugged, you can be raped, all this other stuff. And there's no safe sex. And they're not even talking about safe sex, they're talking about condomless sex. That's what you need to be saying. No. What Beyonce said, no. Justin doesn't like to use condoms. And a lot of people don't. And that's okay. As long as they're being honest and saying that. And you need to meet us where we are. We don't like to use condoms, and that's just what it is. Doesn't make us bad, doesn't make us good, doesn't make anything. We just like to have sex without condoms, and that's okay. And I think people need to be more comfortable saying that. But if we keep having nurses and doctors making us feel bad for how we engage in sex, we'll never get anywhere. And we'll still be continuously what we're in and out. That's all I got. Girl, I know this is a long video, honey, but I had to get it off my chest and tell y'all what it is. I hope that like physicians and stuff are taking this into account and learning something from this, because this is very serious. That's all I got, girl. Until next time, I'll talk y'all later.